Hi everybody, and welcome. My name is Nolan Webster, Better Business with Magic, where I teach you the tips, tricks, and techniques that magicians use in magic to make yourself, your business, your presentations better. A few days ago was Apple's WWDC 20. Unlike ones in the past, this year was pre-recorded. They aired it over their usual platforms, and it was fabulous. It was fantastic. And as I was comparing it to Magic, I noticed a lot of similarities. And I'm going to go over the top 3 right now. So the first one was their scripting and rehearsing. Apple does a great job of going over their scripts and rewriting their scripts to get their point across. Also, you can tell it's well rehearsed. Whenever they did their WWDCs at different locations besides the Steve Jobs Theater, they would get there at least a week prior, then they would rehearse day after day after day. Now, many of you that give presentations, whether it's a sales pitch or a training video or just a meeting in general, you typically don't go over your material. You may go over it as you're typing up the PowerPoint slide or the keynote slide, but you never really go over it. And I think that's one thing that's missing from a lot of presentations that can make them that much better, is just spend a day or two, a few times each day, just stand up and actually verbally give that presentation, go through the script. You'll find things that you should take out, reword. It doesn't quite sound clear. It may sound good in your head, and when you type it out, but whenever you speak it, it doesn't come across the same way. So rehearse and script. Magicians do the same thing. We script things, we rehearse things over and over again. We practice a lot of times in our rooms or in front of the mirrors, going over tricks or moves or where to stand, how to stand, where to put the audience spectator, how to send them back, all that other minute stuff we rehearse over and over and over again. So if you're giving a presentation, rehearse all those things as far as coming into the room. You may want to walk around the board table for something. So rehearse those things the same way that magicians do, the same way that you saw Tim Cook did for the WWDC keynote. Also, second thing they do very well is they tell stories. Magicians use story and their tricks and their gimmicks and their props to help tell a story. The story that Apple tells are very heartfelt. It's by design that it helps to pull you in. Magicians attempt to do the same thing through stories, meaning, allegory a lot of times. So whenever you're telling a story in your presentation, make sure there's a hook that can get those people in, can get your audience buy into whatever it is you're presenting. Whether it's again a pitch meeting, a sales training. If you're selling something new to somebody, having a story that they can relate to on a personal level, not just the standard comedian on my way to the show tonight, doesn't really go over that well. They know you're making stuff up. But if you can spend 15 minutes coming up with a story, a real story that they can connect with, you'll do that much better in your presentation. The third thing I want to go over that Apple does, that magicians do very well, is that they aspire you. They sell their services and their products in a manner that says your life is going to be better. It's going to be easier. You're going to be more creative if you use our services. If you use this new product, you can create faster, more elaborate things. Magicians do the same thing by showing you that the impossible is possible. We do crazy things like make the Statue of Liberty disappear, tell you what you're thinking, make cards vanish and reappear underneath somebody's shoe. We can do those impossible things and make them possible to hopefully, as an audience member, you're like, wow, if that can really happen, if I just saw this happen in my own hands, what else is possible? So whenever you're in front of your audience, your speaking group, see if you can inspire them in some way through storytelling, through scripting, rehearsing. We are all creative. A lot of us just don't want to take the time to sit down and think for 15 minutes about a script, about a way to tie it into something else. And I think if you do, if you take some of those things that magicians do as far as performing and things that you saw Apple do, not realizing how much they combine with being on stage and storytelling and magic, if you take those things, take the time, your presentations will be better. You have better buy-in on your sales meeting. Those investors are more likely to buy whatever it is that you're selling. So there's the top 3 things that I noticed that Apple did at WWDC. Hope you enjoyed it. Love to hear some feedback. Comment, like, share, and I'll be back with more soon. Take care.